I'll do you one better. My grandma ran liquor.
Oh, my grandma ran numbers.
Mine did too.
Yeah.
I'll do you one better. My grandma went to prison.
Yes, my grandma escaped.
Welcome to Glass Half Full. This is the podcast where we really sort of dig into those moments that define people's lives. And today's guest, oh, you're in for a treat. Jeezy, arguably the architect of an entire genre of Southern hip hop. And then after the music, becomes a best-selling New York Times writer, and then decides he wants to evolve even more. Now he has a Vegas residency in which he plays with a more than 100-piece orchestra. Jeezy's got lots of layers, and he talks about all of it. He talks about growing up in poverty in Georgia, his ties to God's country, Columbia, South Carolina, and also this peace that he seems to have discovered. It's a fascinating conversation. I hope you enjoy the evolution of Jeezy. Here you go. Jeezy.
What's going on, brother?
This is an honor. As you know, the podcast is called Glass Half Full. So we'll start with a toast.
It is. Cheers.
Cheers. What are we toasting, good sir?
Man, to evolution. Hold on, one more. And peace.
And peace.
That's it.
Evolution and peace.
That's it.
That's perfect for you.
Yeah.
First of all, would you consider yourself a glass half full guy or a glass half empty guy?
I would say glass half full.
You are.
Mm-hmm.
You've always struck me as that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you always been glass half full, or has that been part of the evolution?
I think in one shape, form, or fashion or another, I always looked at everything as like we halfway there. I never looked at it like, even with life, with the cards I was dealt, I never looked at it and said, okay, I don't have the deck to get to where I need to be. You know what I'm saying? I just looked at it as I got to play the game or take the strides, but just knowing that I have a foundation that is unique, that most people don't have. You know, even with my humble beginnings, it's just like, it set the foundation for now. So as life comes at me now, it's not so, you know, I'm the calmest person in the room when chaos breaks out, normally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've already been through a chaotic life, and now that's my foundation. So to me, I look at that as like the glass being half full.
That might be about the best explanation of why someone's glass is half full that we've had on the podcast.
Yeah, half full.
We like to discuss the moments that really sort of shape people's lives professionally, personally. When you look back on the life that you've had so far, is there a moment? Can you pinpoint a single moment where you're like, that's where it all changed for me?
I think there's several. I think throughout life that you're gonna always have moments. There was a moment when I knew that I had to figure things out at a young age. I was 13, 14.
Wow.
And I just took it on and said, you know what, I gotta do this.
What was the moment?
Well, it was when we came back from, so that was about 9, 10 years old when we came back from Japan, where I was living, because my parents got a divorce, and I actually had to go back to South Georgia where my grandmother was from. And, you know, immediately I knew I had to be the man of the house. Like, it was like that moment, I was like, okay. And then I had to adapt to the environment as well, because I'm coming, you know, from living abroad, and you're getting put into this situation where things are different. Like, you know, you're growing up in things that you would never, you know, naturally think that are bad or normal. You know what I mean? People are hustling.
Yeah.
People are living. People are drinking. People are doing drugs. And this is your new reality. But I knew I had to learn that landscape and figure that out. But I also knew at that moment I had to be the man of the house. So my first thing was hustling to get my mother a trailer, a single wide trailer. I mean, with the tin on the side of it, like the wind could blow it over.
Yeah.
I paid $3,500 for it, you know, at 17 years old.
How'd you make the money?
You know, running the cars is what we called it. I mean, hustling, you know, and not that I felt like it was something that was bad, because everybody around me was doing it. And I didn't really understand what poverty was. You know what I'm saying? You're coming from a military background where everything is set. You know what I'm saying? You're getting up, you're going to school, Your dad is doing what he does. Your mom is doing what she does, and all your friends are, military kids as well. So that's your life. And then you're getting put into this environment where it's basically about survival. Nobody has a real job. Most people are working in factories. Most people are doing odds and ends stuff to survive. And then you have the streets is where, you can take that risk. But this is gonna, this is gonna give you at least an outlet to go get some money.
But also, if you're trying to provide housing for your family, I'm sure in your mind the ends justified the means too.
Yeah, but also again, like I said, when people do something wrong for so long, it feels right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is life.
Everyone's doing it.
Yeah, this is what you do.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just like, you growing up in a household where my grandmother was drinking. You know what I'm saying? Like she get a fifth of Parmesan and do her thing.
I'll do you one better. My grandma ran liquor.
Oh, my grandma ran numbers.
Mine did too. Yeah. I'll do you one better. My grandma went to prison.
My grandma escaped. She got out of there. Actually, both my grandmothers ran numbers.
Okay, you got me beat.
Yeah, my dad's mom ran numbers, and she was very church going. She's the one that taught me about faith.
Yes.
And going to Sunday school, but on the weekend, people come pick up their money.
Yeah.
Because, whoever hit the number, them on my mom's side, she was a little more fiery, my grandmother, but she ran numbers as well. So you actually seeing how to survive.
Yes.
And starting to understand that this is how it goes. So when I say glass half full, if my grandmothers could figure out a way to make ends for the family,
right,
then I gotta be able to do that.
And that's you make a fantastic point, because my grandma, I didn't even know about her previous life until she was, in their 60s, and she'd already found the Lord. And then all of a sudden, as she was getting older and the Alzheimer's set in, she starts to tell these stories.
Yeah.
And then after she dies, we start putting things together, and I start talking to people, and grandma was running liquor, liquor numbers, goes to prison. My dad was born in a prison in West Virginia. And it was one of those things.
You say your dad was born?
Oh, yeah. Dad was born in a West Virginia prison in 1950.
Wow.
But I didn't know about it until I was in my 20s, because nobody talked about it.
But when you found out, did that change your outlook?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because the things that I think sometimes that we perceive as, well, that's bad, that's good, that's, you get old and you start spending time with family, you start talking about families' histories, and you discover what you just said, like you have to do certain things at certain points to get to where you need to be. So, but,
I find it interesting that a lot of people, like I got a great friend of mine, and, I look at my life like it was hard, right?
Right.
But he went through way more than I did. He lost his baby sister when he was young, through his stepfather ended up, killing his baby sister. He ended up going to group homes and foster homes, but he turned out to be this great guy that's really great with his kids, raised amazing kids. And I just find it interesting that like some of the people that endure the most pain do the best in life for other people.
I have found the longer I live, the more I've come to believe, if you haven't been through something, I don't really trust you.
Right.
It's like if there's been no hardship, no overcoming, whether it's loss, whether it's poverty, whether it's divorce, whatever. Like you've gotta go through something to appreciate life.
You got to be battle tested.
Yes.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's just like when times get hard and things get real, if you haven't been battle tested, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna fold.
You're the father of 3. Like, do you worry that our kids are not battle tested at all?
I actually had a real conversation with one of my good friends about that.
Yeah.
And just like, I actually thought about making one of mine go to public school one time, because I'm like, you need to see what life is like. I think we do our best to provide, protect, and set them up. But I do think at some point they have to understand how life works. And my thing is, I'm going to love you, I'm going to protect you, I'm going to provide for you. But I'm going to actually have to have these real conversations with you, because once you walk out that door, the world don't feel how I feel.
Correct.
And they're not going to protect you the same. So I don't want you to think that what you get away with daddy, you're going to be able to get away with in the world.
Right.
Because I say it all the time. I could be mad. mad. I could go out here and tell everybody how mad I am. Nobody cares. You know, be upset. You know, it didn't work. This didn't happen. Nobody cares.
No
Like, hey
one.
man, go figure it out.
No one.
So I don't want, you know, my kids to feel like, you know, I'm gonna do whatever I can, but I also want to tell them the truth about things in a way that I know to be true. And another thing is like, these are things that I had to figure out myself. You know what I'm saying? My father never had those conversations with me. He was a Marine. Like he was Semper Fi. You know, that's what he was. My mom was a little spicy, but she kind of taught me a little more about the streets than he did.
Yeah.
But I still had to learn on my own. So the things that I tell my son all the time, I was like, yo, you know there's nothing you're gonna go do that I already haven't done. Right.
And probably did it better.
Right. That part. But to me, I think that that's the gift as a parent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just got to be straight up with them. And it's just like, it'll kick in about in their 30s, I think.
30s? You think it takes that long?
Yeah, because it's like, you know, when real life hit, like say for instance right now, I never had a conversation about religion and faith and all those things in my household. But my grandmother, when I lived with her, she made that a point. In my 40s, now, that's my pillar. This is my foundation of where my faith came from what my grandmother taught me when I was going to Sunday school. Because in between that, there was no church.
Yeah.
I prayed.
Yeah.
But my faith lies where what my grandmother taught me, you know, as a young kid, you know, 14, 15, you know, Sunday school, Easter speeches and things like that. And like now, you know, my faith is real, you know, at my age now. But if she hadn't gave me that, you know, that blessing, I don't know what my faith would be at.
If she hadn't planted those seeds. No, it's, well, why do you think it took so long for you to rediscover it?
Well, I don't even think I rediscovered it. I think when life hits, you know, you in that young age and you're running around and things are happening and, you know, you're feeling good and, you know, you're having some type of success, you know, you're blessed.
Mm-hmm.
But then when life hits, things start happening and ups and downs and lefts and rights. And it's just like,
where do you turn?
Where do you turn? And it's just like, oh, I know where to turn.
Right.
And, you know, I turn to my faith. And it's just like, even now, every morning I get up, you know, my first thing is how thankful I am. You know what I'm saying? Before I even start asking for stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm just grateful to be in this bed.
Yes.
You know, I'm just grateful to have this peace this morning.
Yes.
I'm grateful to get up and have another breath. And I think when you start with that, your day can end well. And I tell myself it's going to be a good day today, but that's based on my faith. And then there's a lot of things that the streets taught me that when I'm in situations, I don't flinch the way somebody would normally flinch because I know that no matter how bad this is, and when you know that, you can walk with your head up and say, okay, this is a setback. This is a learning curve. This is a learning lesson. But I'm quite sure something that is great is going to come out of this. And that's how I look at it.
We have something in common besides our rap careers.
Oh, yes, right. Congratulations on your mixtape, by the way.
Thank you, Jesus. Just a matter of time. It'll be up for a Grammy. Columbia, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
So you were born there.
Yeah.
And at what age did you move?
Well, I only think I stayed there about another year after that.
Okay.
And that's when we started going overseas.
Okay.
And it's tricky though, because Columbia be like, yo, you from here? I'm
right.
Like, yeah, but
you're like, no, I'm from Atlanta. Right. I'm from the A. No,
right. They be like, yo, you don't claim us, but I love.
You know what's funny? Because when I told a buddy, my childhood friend, I was like, oh, I'm talking to Jeezy tomorrow. He's like, hey, you know he's a Columbia guy.
Right,
I was like, I do. I know he's a Columbia guy.
By way of Atlanta.
Correct. But no, Columbia, South Carolina still very much claims you.
Yeah. And I claim them as well.
Do you have family there?
No, because we was on the base.
Okay.
But this is the thing though. I've been in so many cities, neighborhoods, and towns that I think that I have a lot of places that I'm from. If you go to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, they love me like I'm their own.
Right.
Detroit, you would think I was one of their sons.
You put them on.
You know what I'm saying?
You put them on.
St. Louis.
Yes.
The same. Macon, Georgia, the same.
Well, no, this is weird. Right. How can all of them lay claim?
Because I at some point I spent real time there.
Got it.
And I was really boots on the ground with the people. And they saw me going through the things that I talk about in the music.
How did you find the music? How did Jeezy discover rap?
Okay, so when I was young, my parents used to play music all the time. And I remember we were staying in, I want to say it was Albany, Georgia for a little bit when my dad was stationed there. And I had this neighbor, her name was Deandra or something. And she played JJ Fat, Supersonic all day long.
Supersonic.
And I used
The
to
S
put-
is for superior, the U is for unique, the P is for perfection, and you know that we are freaks. The E is for exotic, and the R is for rap. Tell them to stay the back.
That's it.
Yeah, of course.
And I was listening with my ear to the wall, and she played this every day, and all day, and I just was like, "What is this?" Of course, I had heard music before,
yeah.
but I didn't know that this is how you listen to music.
Wow.
And when I was growing up, you know, a lot of the things that I was listening to, you know, the EPMD, Fat Boys, and all that, I liked it. But it wasn't until I heard Tupac that I was just like, oh, this is music for
This
me.
is music.
Because I was learning things at a young age. And I'm still like that to this day. Like, I'll you know, not so much lately because I don't need to more stimulation, but I would literally listen to podcasts like all morning. Like, I get up, play some classical music, some common acoustic music, then I'm going straight to podcasts for like 3-4 hours, jumping around. But I like to learn. And that came from listening to music and learning from the music, because a lot of what Tupac was saying to me at the time, I needed the information. I just didn't know where to get it from. I couldn't go ask my uncle.
Right.
I couldn't go ask my cousin. And it was like, I would literally sit there and listen to Tupac and learn and go out in the streets and actually execute what I just learned, you know, and that was how I was getting my moral code and my rules. And for me, that's how music started for me. And then I started, of course, listening to all the Cash Money, all the Project Pad, all that stuff. And I was loving that. And then Cash Money came and I was like, I could do this. And I saw Jeezy and Rock Nation, or back then Rockefeller. And I was like, yo, I can do this.
Yeah.
And I knew some street guys that was in Fort Lauderdale that I just happened to be hanging out with. And, you know, we all get money together, but they was actually doing music. And they was buying T-shirts, passing out CDs. And I was like, I could do this too. So I went back, bought a studio when they signed all these artists. And
because you were going to be like an executive. You were going to be a music executive.
I was going to be a CEO.
Yeah.
Right. That was the goal. You know what I'm saying? So I signed all these people. And I was actually, you know, trying to be an executive, you know what I mean? Without knowing what an executive done.
Yeah.
And it didn't work, you know.
But did it not work because it didn't work, or did it not work because you discovered your skills in front of the mic?
Well, it didn't work because I spent all my money. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I literally went from, you know, being the young guy that had 2-3 Lexuses and Mercedes-Benz. Like, that was my whole thing. Like, I had everything.
You went broke.
I went broke. Dead broke.
So at that point, your answer, you being the hustler that you've always been, your answer was, okay, it didn't work on that side. Let me try it on this side.
Well, no, I went broke, and instead of this plushed out apartment I had, that I had in my dad's name at the time, because I wasn't a taxpayer, I couldn't get it in my name.
Wow.
I had to sleep in my studio. And I was sleeping in the studio on the couch. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I was there, I ain't know where to go. And one of my friends was like, man, you should just try to do it. And I was just like, you know what? And it was to pass time for me. And I was just there. I was living in the studio. And I was grinding. I was still hustling, trying to get my money back up. And I fell in love with it, you know, and I just kept trying it. And 10 years later, boom, you know, I was, because it wasn't like I was good at first. It wasn't like I was like the guy that was at the lunch table writing rhymes, and freestyling. I was this guy that just loved music and was using that to pass time. And around when I started to understand what my voice was for, that's when I kind of took a page out of Tupac's book. You know what I'm saying? Because he had a message. I didn't have a message. I was just trying to make songs. And as I got better at my storytelling, that's when a lot of my first mixtapes came out, like Streets is Watching. So now I'm getting in the groove, and I'm like, okay, I got this. You know what I'm saying? And then I was just like, you know, people was actually listening to it, but I was giving it away for free, by the way. When nobody buying it. You know what I'm saying? And then I did Trap or Die. And I just remember my money was right then. So so Streets is Watching, I bought 20,000 CDs, pressed them up, put them in the little plastic sleeves.
Yeah.
And they had this thing in Atlanta called the Birthday Bash. It's like a big concert. It's like New York Summer Jam.
Okay.
And I knew.
Not to be confused with Freaknik back in the day.
No, definitely not Freaknik. But we can talk about that too, though.
I don't think we can on this podcast. I don't think we can.
So my goal was 20,000 people at this radio event, Birthday Bash. And I always wanted to be on this. I was like, one day I'm going to close this. I'm going to be the headliner.
Yeah.
And I paid a lot of people that I knew to just go out here. Like, I didn't even know nothing about marketing. And I just said, put on this shirt and pass out these CDs to everybody that comes out of this gate when the show is over. And everybody that came out of that gate got a CD.
For free?
For free. 20,000 people, 18 songs. Might have been 19, 20 songs. For free. And that's where it started. And from there, I went to Trap or Die, which was my second CD. And now my money's even better. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing a little better.
Yeah.
And this time I pressed up 200,000 CDs. And I went to Miami for like, I won't call it spring break, but it's like everybody was going to Miami for the summer.
Okay.
And I had this guy whose name was Dread. And I bought this little van, and Dread was like the coldest marketing. He's like the most guerrilla marketing person I ever seen. Like he would give literally everybody in the city of Miami a CD if they took it.
Yeah.
And I said, Dread, I need you to fill this van up, and I need you not to come back to Atlanta. His name is Kareem, but we call him Dread. Not to come back to Atlanta till this van is empty. And he went there, in between Atlanta and Miami, he gave out 200,000 CDs.
Dread put you on.
Yeah. And I remember Coach K, who was my manager at the time, had his number on the back. And I remember he called me, he said, yo, somebody called to book you for a show. And I was like, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, what happens now? Because I didn't think that far.
He was like, you got to do a show.
Right. And I'm like, you know, I don't want to get on stage. I just want to get some money.
Right.
It's just like, this is what you got to do. And I'm like, I don't know how to perform. So now we got to figure that part out. And around this time, shout out to DJ Drama, I knew coming off of Streets is Watching that people liked the sound, right?
Yes.
But they didn't know what I looked like because there was only the picture on the front of the CD.
Oh, you're right.
Right. So I told Coach K, I said, yo, we had this camera guy who just followed us around with cameras. By the way, I'm a street guy. I hated cameras. But they had this guy follow me around. But
living the life you'd been living, that was a good reason.
Right. So we had all this footage. And I said, yo, what if we do a DVD to go with this mixtape? And he's like, yeah, I think that would be crazy. And I did this DVD called Trap or Die to go with the mixtape. And that was the moment everything connected.
You were ahead of your time.
Yeah,
I remember being in the barbershop 25, I don't know how many
Right.
years ago. And Trap or Die was on.
But that was our niche though. Every beauty shop,
Yes.
every barbershop, we took CDs
Yes.
and gave them to
That was the
everybody.
first time I heard Jeezy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
And that was the moment, like, that was when everything shifted. Like, everything happened. I remember, like, yesterday, I was riding down Georgia 400, because by that time I had a house in Alpharetta, and I'm in this Ferrari, and I'm coming through the turnpike, and I got to slow down to get through the turnpike, and I just see these girls next to me. They're just blowing the horn. They're going crazy, and they're putting the CD up against the window, and they're like, we love you. And I'm like, you know what I mean? But this is like my first fan moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going like, yo. And then I remember going to the clubs, which was like Club Visions, 112, and all this stuff back then.
112.
And people used to walk up to me and be like, yo, man, I love your music. But it threw me off. I actually thought Coach K was paying them to do that to give me confidence. I'm being for real, because it was like, how do y'all even know who
How
I
do you
am?
know it? Right.
Yeah. And then I started to understand they was identifying with me because of the DVD and then the Snowman piece. So that's how, you know, back in the day, we would identify who somebody was. You'd be like, you know, such and such with the big P on his chain.
Right.
And I had the Snowman. And when people would see the Snowman, they'd be like, yo, Snowman, that's you? I'm like, yeah.
But what's the story behind? What was the story behind Snowman?
Well, it was everybody has a nickname.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, the Snowman was my nickname. You know, it was something I coined for myself, but I knew it was bigger than me at the time I coined it because it was almost like Sasha Fierce, Beyonce's alter ego.
Alter ego, yes.
Yeah, so that's what it was. And but it was dope because people started to like it, and I knew I was on to something. I'll never forget it. I was coming down 20 east going coming through the West End, and T.I. called my phone. This is kind of when we first started kicking it.
Yeah.
He was like, you know, T.I. was already on, so I was trying to get on. He goes, hey, yo, man, that's great marketing. I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, the Snowman. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, it's great branding. Oh, these are all terms I never.
Right. You're like, not branding anything. That's my nickname.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, man, this is gonna be big for you, man. I was just like, really? He's like, yeah. So at that time, I was just getting my deal at Def Jam, and we was talking about how we was gonna market my first album. And I'm sitting in this meeting with Def Jam, and we're talking, and Ashana Ayers, who was my project manager at the time, we were just talking like, what's gonna be the symbol? And then she looked at my chain, she's like, yo. And I was like, yeah, I think so. And so we pressed up maybe like 200 Snowman t-shirts, and we gave them away. And
you gave a lot of stuff away.
Yeah, but it's coming back now.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
paid it forward, and we gave it away, and those shirts blew up. I mean, it was crazy. And I remember coming back to New York and being in Harlem and just being out, and I'm like, yo,
that's a Snowman.
But they had taken the shirts and made their own.
Oh,
you got Snowmans with bandanas on now. You got Snowmans with hats on. Like everybody made their own, and I was in.
Sounds like that might have been a little copyright trademark infringement.
But this is the thing. At that point,
right,
I didn't even know nothing about this.
Okay.
And now I'm out with Jeezy at the Magic Show or something like that they do in Vegas every year.
Okay.
Where they come and you present all these clothes and stuff. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
And we out there, and me and Jay-Z walking through he's like, let me show this to you, because I'm out there, we're in the Rockaware booth.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, let me just show you the place. We walking through this big warehouse. It's crazy. Everybody keeps running up. Jeezy, we love you, man. Thank you for helping everybody eat. And I'm like, what in the hell is going on? And Jay was like, what did you do? And I'm like, and so the next guy come up, he's like, yo, Jeezy, man, you real for letting everybody eat. And I go, what are you talking about? He's like, let me show you. We're walking to his booth, and his Snowman shirts from here to here, all different colors, and everybody's selling the shirts. But for me, it was promo at the time. At
the time.
Right. At the time.
But at what point did you say, you know what? I need my IP back.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Immediately.
Oh, okay.
Immediately.
Okay.
But and that was always my thing. I was always, you know, my grandmother always told me, never ask somebody for something without giving them something first. And to me, I was building trust with what was gonna soon to be my base of people, because now it's just like, you know, they're championing me because they feel like they're a part of my movement. It's almost like grassroots. You know,
Yeah.
you think about most of these presidential elections, like, you know, some of these guys actually get down and dirty and in with the people, and they, you know, shake hands, kiss babies, do the whole thing. And it's just like, those are the people you really love. And for me, people who actually got Trap or Die CD from me or one of my promo people, this is a collector's item.
Yes.
Or a person that got the real Snowman shirt, the one with the flakes on it.
Yeah.
Not the clean one, but the one with the flakes. It's like a collector's item.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So the evolution continues.
Yeah.
You've gone from that kid who was giving away CDs and T-shirts, and you've gone from that to now you have a Vegas residency.
Yeah.
With a 100+ piece orchestra.
Yeah.
How did we get there?
Great question. The goal was to always do something that was extraordinary. And if you know anything about me, my purpose is evolution. Like, I understand it clearly, like, for me. And being an artist, being an entrepreneur, being an author, it's like you want to give something back that inspired you or got you to your level. Meaning that I always loved the gangster flicks, the Don Corleones, the the Made Men movies, which is a testament to like the music that I like. But as I learn, I try to give it back, whether it's to my friends, whether it's to my culture, whether it's to my people. Like I learned this, I'm gonna see if you like it as well. When I started to go on my healing journey and I got to the point where I was open-minded and all these things were coming to me, I was like, yo, I really want culture to experience these things as well. So I was fascinated and wanted to actually perform with an orchestra. And the minute I was able to perform with an orchestra at the High Museum in Atlanta, the second I walked on that stage, I told myself, because I had never seen an orchestra in my life live. This is my first time. I didn't meet anybody, because this ain't how it works. You go rehearse yourself, they rehearse one time and you perform. Because they gonna play the notes. They got it down pat. When I walked on that stage, because it was supposed to be a one-op thing, one night, one man, one mic, boom. The second I walked on that stage, I said, and I looked at that crowd in Atlanta, and I saw the evolution of people that I knew from back in the day and how they showed up, suited, tied, gowns. I said, I got to take this around the world. And I immediately went back to my team and said, we got to figure out how to take an orchestra on tour. And everybody said that could never happen. And I was like, but it has to, because you got to think about how many kids in Columbia, South Carolina, who've never seen an orchestra. How many kids in Savannah, Georgia, who's never seen an orchestra? How many people in St. Louis that haven't been privy to this? They got to experience this. And this is not like you just doing an orchestra and you're just doing songs. You're celebrating Thug Motivation 101. This is my debut album. This is what got me here. And I knew that. And we took a 23 city tour. We took the Color of Noise Orchestra around the world. Shout out to Derek Hodge, Adam Blackstone, who helped me direct and produce it, and the Color of Noise Orchestra. And it was phenomenal. It sold out every single night.
Of course it did.
But I did, you talking to somebody, people going like, nobody's going to put on suits in Savannah. Savannah actually probably won the dressing contest. But everybody kept saying they would never do that. And they came, they done it, and then I said to myself, okay, it has to end up somewhere. Where do we go? And the idea was Vegas, because I knew that if I could get to Vegas, then I can put something together that would be great, and it could be stationary, and it can make it a destination. Now, what else I looked at is I've been doing Vegas for 6 years, in and out, pop-ins, residencies, day parties, whatever. That ain't how I want it to be. I want Frank Sinatra. I want Adele. I want that. So how do I do that? So we go out there, 4 dates, phenomenal. Sells out so much we have to open the venue. To fit all the people because it oversold. Phenomenal. 101 piece orchestra. End up getting a Guinness Book of World Records title for the most 101 piece orchestra. Nobody hadn't done that. And the goal was, how do I get culture here? Because 4 shows was a great start, but how do I get culture here? And I went back with the team and I said, I don't want to tour this year. I don't want to do any shows for anybody. We got to change the narrative right now. And the narrative is, we're bringing the culture to Vegas because we belong here and we should be a part of the entertainment capital of the world too. And that's been my goal, alongside with elevating the culture, because I feel that, you like myself, we've been to plenty rap concerts. You don't get dressed up for these things.
No.
This is something that I want my people, culture, to know. You come here, you feel good, you look good, you're dressed to the nines. This could be a date night, this could be whatever. But this is our culture, this is our people, this is our music, and we're elevating this. And that's been the goal, along with elevating culture. So Vegas to me is bigger than the show, because it's more than a show, it's an experience, but it's bigger than just getting people there. It's like you see an evolution in real time.
I'm seeing evolution in real time right here too, because it's not, it's not just the Vegas residency.
Mm-hmm.
You're a New York Times bestseller.
Yeah, which is crazy.
It's good.
It's crazy.
It's
Yeah.
bonkers.
It's crazy.
Give me the backstory on just the title of the book.
Well, it's funny thing is, I started writing the book a couple years before COVID, and I was actually with this publishing company, and the book was 75-80% done, and they wanted it to be a snowman book, and I'm like, whoa, this is about, evolving and
Yeah.
defining the odds, and we went back and forth, and I just said, you know what, I just want to do it on my own. Gave them their money back, opted out of it. Okay, you're making the wrong decision, is what they told me. Went back in during COVID and just finished the book, and then got with HarperCollins, and said, hey, look, I want to do this book, but it has to be my way. They agreed totally. And shout out to Charlemagne, because he was, a part of helping me get with
Fellow
Jan.
South Carolinian.
Yeah, getting with Jan, who helped me get to HarperCollins. And they said, all right, cool. What's the name of the book? And I remember texting Jan, I said, I got it. And I said, Adversity for Sale. And she said, tell me about it. And it's just like, everything I've been through, everything we sat down and had a conversation with about, right here, glass half full, half empty, you want to call it. It's been about defining the odds in adversity. And it's just like, that's all I had to give. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a physician. I'm just telling you what I've been through and how I overcame it. And to me, that's worth more than anything, because I actually had to go through it. So if I tell you it was a near-death experience, that was real.
Yeah.
somebody climb Mount Everest and they almost fall and they tell you about it, you got to go like, oh, wow, I would love to climb Mount Everest, but I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
So how did you not let that happen? Right.
Yeah.
And Adversity for Sale was like, I knew it when I heard it, when I thought of it, it was like, this is it. And the thing that was interesting is because it's a real story about real people. And I wanted to tell it in the most integral way, no ego.
Yeah.
I don't got to be the hero. I just want to tell the story, because once you start talking about people or things or incidents and times, everybody has a different understanding of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And my first thing was, I remember telling Jan, I was like, yo, I'm just concerned about the pushback, because everybody might not see this how I saw it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just write this from an honest place. And when I tell you, nobody ever said anything, and everybody that I saw was like, man, the book was incredible. That was the part to me. And then on top of that, I get the call, like, are you sitting down? I'm like, yeah, I'm chilling. What's up? They're like, you made the New York Times bestseller list. And I was like, okay, but what does that mean? How does this work? And when I sat down and processed it, I was just like, wow, this goes along with the man you're becoming. And when you start talking about achievements, of course, platinum records and all these things. And, I sold millions of CDs when you were selling CDs, not streams. And that's great. But it's like when you start thinking about things that are outside of the box or outside of who you're known to be, it's like when you hear New York Times bestseller beside your name, it just makes you think, like, I went through the process of writing this book. I almost gave up on it a few times. I stuck with it. I changed. I did whatever I had to do, but I stuck with my, just my way of looking at it and executed it. And this happened. Same thing with the 101-piece orchestra.
There are very few people that achieve street cred and ivory tower cred.
Correct.
And Jeezy's on the short
list.
Right.
This
is a section of the podcast that we call Craig's Curiosities.
Mm-hmm.
Rapid fire. Favorite podcast you're listening to right now?
Lewis Howes, hand down.
Favorite city to perform in outside Atlanta?
Detroit.
One item you always travel with?
My phone.
Give me another item. I think we all travel with phones, Jeezy.
Oh, I got to have my headphones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, who are you listening to right now that folks might not expect you'd be listening to?
I'm really into deep house music right now. Black Coffee is one of my favorites right now. Like one of my favorites.
Best piece of business advice that you've gotten?
Bet on yourself.
Which you always have done.
Well, I'm telling that to anybody else, but I've got
Yeah.
was make sure that you're not the smartest person at the table, right? And then to bet on yourself. Somebody had to tell me that. I've always bet on myself,
Yeah.
but then as I became successful, opportunities came where people would like, they don't mind giving you the money now.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a bigger percentage that has to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you could be safe and you can take the money, but and I've always heard spend other people's money. That don't make sense to me because if I spend my own, I know I got to get this done.
Correct.
And if I lose, I learn something real.
It changes the motivation.
Right.
Going back to the moments, that's how we started this podcast. Are there any moments you look back on the journey so far? Any moments you would change?
No.
Nothing.
I don't regret anything. And I'm blessed to have went through the things that I went through and still be here to talk about it. And I know it wasn't just me. It wasn't like I was just this smart person. It definitely came from a higher power. But that lets me know that I'm aligned with my purpose because I had to know these things to sit here with you. I had to know these things to do what I'm doing now. I had to go through them in real time to experience them so that I can sit here with conviction and tell you like, this is true for me. You know what I mean? It's like, this is my truth. I'm not out here hustling something.
Yeah.
I'm just a man walking in his path. I'm walking in uncertainty on purpose. Like I'm not like just out here like waking up, recording songs, going to the studio.
Yeah.
Like I'm walking in places that, and having conversations with people that, may have 10, 15 more years of education when it comes to it. I dropped out of school in the 7th grade. Think about that. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, I'll be honest with you. I didn't even know you could drop out
Yeah.
in the 7th grade.
I stopped going. But, when I was doing my little time, I got my GED.
Yeah.
And as time went on now, like I pride myself in educating myself. Like if there's something that I'm interested in, I will go down a rabbit hole. I will fly to Europe, sit at Robin Shermer's house and ask questions. You know what I'm saying? I'll go see Tony Robbins. I'll go see Dave Gibbons. I'll go see people because now this is how I educate myself.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because when I was in school, I just thought that the things that I was learning wasn't going to help me survive. So now I'm not living for survival anymore. I'm living out of a place of abundance. And it's like, I want to squeeze every drop of life that I can get out of life right now. You know what I'm saying? And I also want to give that back to my culture because I'm like, yo, you can do anything.
Yep.
You can be anywhere. You can live how you want to live.
But a lot of people don't believe what you're saying because they don't see it. They're not close to it. They
Right.
can't touch it.
But that's what I think and feel wholeheartedly. That's my purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I
It's
do.
just like, I got to walk this path to say, this is real. This can actually happen. And coming from a Columbia, South Carolina, or South Georgia, or Detroit, or Fort Lauderdale, they've seen me on the same pavement with them. And I'm going like, yo, man, like, you don't got, like, when you're living out of survival, like the stress that comes with it. I didn't even know I had post-traumatic stress. Like, I didn't even understand that I was numbing my own feelings. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like the minute I started doing that work and that opened up, life became, the wine tastes better. You can't, wine tastes good when you're not upset.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
You can actually taste it.
Right.
Right. You're not
The
just
food
drinking
is
it to get drunk.
Right. And it's like, your experiences get better. So for me, I just hope that people understand that this is not a promo marketing tour. This is not me trying to sell a residency. This is you seeing this happen in real time. I'm like, yo, this is it. Like even for culture, even for the, the generations behind me, it's just like, yo, man, you don't gotta be the same way you came out the box to keep going.
Mm.
You don't gotta be that way. Cause we already know that
Right.
that's death or jail.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Yep.
Or something in between. But at the same time, it's just like, why are those your two only options?
Last question for the road.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, two questions for the road. What's one moment you're still chasing?
One moment I'm still chasing.
Yeah.
I think the moment that I can take my hat off and my Cartiers and sit them and say, I've done enough. Like I've given everything I have to give. Like, like my man say, live full, die empty. And I truly believe that because it just like, that's what keeps me going. It's just like, they gotta know. They gotta know. You gotta tell them. You gotta do this. You gotta get up. You gotta go do this interview. Even when you don't want to, you gotta go say something because, you know, I've been that kid that was there with no options and no outlets and nobody pushing for him or breathing life into him or pouring into him. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, that's a bad place to be, you know, because you're gonna go with what's easy.
Yeah.
And we already know what that is.
You may have already answered my second question
there
there.
we
What do you hope to be remembered for?
Well, for my kids, as a great father, culturally is a man who done what he said what he done, and actually didn't leave them in the blind when he knew better. You know what I'm saying? When he had the information, when he had, you know, the data, he had the resources. Because I look at it like this: not a lot of people can come sit down and talk to you from where I'm from. A lot of people can call, you know, TD Jakes on the phone. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't, you know, talk to some people who really can help. And I'm able to do that. And it's just like, once I get this information, it's just like, how can I put it in something that's digestible for my people? Because again, you know, even when it comes to brothers my age, sometimes they just don't know.
And they don't know what they don't know.
There it is.
I've enjoyed this.
For sure. Cheers.
Cheers. Jim.
Yeah.
Cheers.
There it is.
All the things.
So is it half empty, half full?
Mine's always half full.
There it is.
Well, there you go. Jeezy. A truly evolved Jeezy. It's always interesting to me when you can talk to someone who arguably helped create an entire genre of music, a subculture of Southern hip hop in the late 90s and early aughts. Doesn't want to necessarily be remembered for doing that. It wants to be remembered for being a good dad and someone who really shared all of the wisdom that he picked up along the way. The evolution of Jeezy. If he were to write another New York Times bestseller, I would contend that should probably be the title. So, until next time, I hope your glass is half full. I also hope that you will download, like, subscribe, share, and comment. It's only taken me 10 episodes to remember all 5 of those things. We'll see you back here next week on Glass Half Full.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.